Revenge Station.
I was a mysterious and attractive woman working in New York as a crime scene blood analyst. My looks seduced everyone who met me, but no one knew about my dark secret. Outside of my job, I was a secret serial killer who meted out her own justice to criminals. I have experienced childhood trauma that has greatly impacted my life and caused my violent behavior. As a young child, I was a victim of violence in my own home. I grew up in a family where my parents were absent and left me with Judge David, who was physically and sexually abusive. Without support and love, I felt alone and defenseless. Evening came and I got into my blue Nissan car and drove to a night cafe that was not far from the Crest Motel. I knew that every Thursday Bradley Thompson came there with his mistress in room 24, but I also knew that a week ago, 3 bodies of boys who had been raped by this Bradley were brought to the morgue. Her mother filed a police report, but for some reason the case was closed.
I will never forgive. I will never forgive. Find the killer.
And the case was closed because it was a politician named Bradley Thompson who paid a lot of money. I came to the hotel to punish this bastard. My favorite weapon was an iron dirk. I always kept it ready. Then I was already in the room, hid in the closet, and waited for his mistress to leave because I didn't want any witnesses. When the man's girlfriend left the hotel, he was finally alone. I was the kind of person who didn't like killing. It was important for me to show the bad guys that they were really bad guys. I like to feel power over people. So when he fell asleep, I came closer to him to hear his breathing, bent down and stuck a syringe with sleeping pills in his arm. I took out a knife and stabbed him in the heart. I saw that I couldn't just take the body out the main entrance, so I had to think carefully about other options. I knew that any carelessness or traces left behind could lead to exposure. The entire motel was without electricity and in complete darkness. I cut the body into smaller pieces to make it easier to transport them. I learned about a garbage can in the backyard of the motel and decided to use it as a way to get rid of the evidence of my crimes. While no one was looking, I gradually took the bags of bondage out of my room and threw them in the trash. I quickly went to my car. I was a little nervous because you never know if someone saw you. When I started driving towards my house, I felt calmer, but I saw someone following me. It was a police car. At that moment, I thought it was over and that I had been declassified. The policeman asked me why I had my headlights off at night, but I didn't break down and said I just forgot because I was driving home from work and I was tired. He was a colleague of mine, so he didn't suspect anything when I showed him my police badge, but the worst was to come. The policeman noticed a box in the back seat with a finger of this Bradley Thompson in it, and without thinking, I pressed the gas pedal. I was going as fast as I ever had, and then it happened.
This is a story about a girl named Sophie who was raped and beaten by her uncle as a child. She started working in the police force and was very fond of revenge on men once she learned that Bradley Thompson had beaten and killed 3 boys and then paid off. She found him in a motel after playing with a girl of easy behavior. When he fell asleep, she killed him and took her finger as a reminder, which she put in a box. She drives to the house where a policeman stops her. When asked that in the box, she runs away and gets into an accident where the car explodes.